everyone. I am Jen and I'm with Colorful Chalk Creations, and we're here tonight to do the Halloween phrases transfer. There's 6 of the cute little boogers. There's one that says Happy Pumpkin, Boo, Happy Haunting, Spooky, Eek, and Trick or Treat. So we're going to be doing all 6 tonight, and we're going to do those on a 5x5 canvas board. And we're going to use a variety of different paste. We're just going to see if anyone jumps on real quick to watch. So hopefully all of you guys had a good day today. It was gorgeous here in South Dakota, so did a little shopping this afternoon, left the husband at home. And so did that. I went to Hobby Lobby, the dollar store, Menards, you know, the essential places that crafters like to go. And then tonight we actually went out to Foxy's for supper, and I love Foxy's. We went in the casino portion for a little bit and played and came out ahead and had supper, and then we came home and I got ready to do this for you guys. Try and angle this a little bit better. Okay, so I do want to introduce you to my cameraman. That would be little baby Groot. Thanks, Rachel, for getting this for me. He is just the cutest thing ever. So I have him up here, and he is running the camera for me tonight. So anything happens to go wrong, it's baby Groot's fault, since I like to repel technology. So if you guys notice, I do have a different background in the back. I'm in the process of redoing my craft room. We have a 5-bedroom house, and then we have an apartment attached. So I used to have my craft room upstairs in the main house, and it got too small. So if anybody has ever seen my craft room, you will know that I have a lot of craft stuff. That's one thing that I am not stingy on when it comes to spending money on. I like to buy things to make crafts with. So what we decided, probably right before COVID hit, that we didn't really want to have to rent out the apartment if we didn't have to. And then COVID hit, and we were like, well, let's see. Do we want to rent it out or do we not? So instead, I went ahead and I kidnapped it for my craft studio. So I finally got into one of the bedrooms, and I have some things set up. So I figured tonight I would try and do it in here, see how the lighting and stuff was. I may have to get some different lighting, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to start off with the Hey Pumpkin. I already wrote on the back, so I know which side to put the transfer back on. Now I'm going to get my fuzzing cloth, and we're going to fuzz it real quick. And you know, you guys, I love having fingernails, but sometimes they are a pain. So while I'm fuzzing this, I just want to remind you guys that I do have a VIP group. Inside my VIP group is where I will be doing a lot of different bundles, giveaways, prizes, things like that. Things that I normally can't do on my business page. So if you're not a member yet of my VIP group and you would like to be, go ahead and type in the comments below VIP, and I will send you the link. Okay, so we almost have this one done. And then something else that I would like to share with you guys is our Club Couture. What that is every month you would receive a B-size transfer along with 3 paste singles. And you would then be put into my Club Couture group, and about 3 times a month I will go in there and show you different ways of using the Club Couture transfer. And then after a while, how to take pieces from one transfer to put in with another transfer to make your own unique piece of art. And I know some of you guys are saying, hey, wait a minute, Jen, I'm not crafty. I can't do those type of things. Yes, you can. With Chalk Couture, anybody can have crisp, clean lines on the first try. So, and that is, like I said, $19.99 a month. You get free shipping for the Club Couture, and that comes right to your house. Also, being a Club Couture customer, you are now a VIP customer. And what that means is that you automatically get special shipping. Customer shipping is $6.95 flat. Doesn't matter how much or how little you buy. And then Club Couture, they actually knocked that down some more to $4.95. You guys, I don't even get $4.95 shipping. Some of you might hate to see what I pay for shipping, but the products are well worth it. So honestly, I don't mind. So if that would be something you'd be interested in, go ahead and type in club in the comments, and I will get you more information on that. I had to open up a different canvas. My other one had a little black smudge on it. So, okay, so we're going to try and tip this down so you can see without it falling all the way down. Like I said, you guys, I repel technology a lot. Okay, there goes. Oh, okay, nope. Okay, this worked last night. There we go. Maybe? Sorry, you guys. I'm not sure why this is not working. There again, like I said, I seem to repel all kinds of the stuff. So if anybody's out there saying, hey, I can't do this, trust me, if I can, you can. Now, this is what I get for not wanting to invest in. Okay, so that's... Okay, let's see. Maybe I can just hold it here while I do this. We'll see. If I can just get this positioned right. We did not have this issue last night, so if I let it go, you're gonna see the back of the wall. Okay, so I think maybe it's time I tell my husband that I need to invest in something different. Oh, good heavens. Okay, well, apparently this is not wanting to work. So, let's see, what can we do? Let's try at an angle. Did I get it? Nope. Okay, we're gonna try this. Maybe if I pull it down this way, hopefully this angle will work. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. So what I'm gonna do is put my little transfer on here, and that looks about center. Just run your hands over the top. Good evening, Miss Rachel. Hopefully I didn't make you seasick with all the moving of the thing. And I think I'm, like I said, I repel everything. Okay. Normally I would tell you guys, or I would actually wax the canvases first. I did not do that this time, so we will see how the first one works. But you just want to make sure, go over each of the letters, make sure that it's down, that you don't feel any air bubbles. If you if you feel the air bubbles, sometimes you won't have the nice crisp lines. So just make sure I go over it. And you can also take our small squeegee and run over it. And sometimes that works a little bit better. Those of you that have used vinyl kind of understand what I'm saying, and because that with the vinyl you have to make sure it's all down and that there's no air bubbles. Okay. For some reason it's not wanting to stick. This is my life. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try and bring back some of the stickiness. So I will show you a way that we can do that. One of the ways you can do it is if you take a wet wipe and just go over the back of it lightly, can help with the stickiness. Now I'm hoping that I don't do it too much where I cannot get it off when I'm done. So let's try it. Okay, let's put it back on. And I have something else I want to try with this when we are done. I'm going to show you. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll have to see how well it works. It's a watercolor technique that I want to do with the pumpkin, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out here. Okay, so for this one, we are going to start off with our black velvet and our orange peel. So let's open these two up. If the paste looks a little thick, you can take distilled water. I just put it in our fine mist sprayer and just give it a couple squirts, and then you can take a stir stick and stir it up. You want it to look the consistency of yogurt. And don't worry, if you get too much water, you're fine. Just leave it set for a few minutes with the lid off and it'll thicken up. Now when you're stirring, make sure to get the edges. I did not do that when I first started over a year ago, and I can tell. A little more squirts. And you'll want to, another mistake that I made, and I will be completely honest with all of you, if you buy the chalk paste, even if you don't use it, go in, I would say every week or so, and just add a little bit of water and stir it. I shouldn't have touched. Why touch a good thing, right? It was working. Okay, we'll leave it there. I did not, and I currently have some paste that is almost brand new that I've never hardly used anything out of it. That is very hard. There is a way, however, to fix that. So hopefully tonight or tomorrow I'll have a chance to go in there and fix it. Okay, so we're gonna do the Hey Pumpkin in the black. And honestly, this might be too thick. Let's see. Again, story of my life. Normally you can reuse the excess of it. Unfortunately, I got some orange in on the black, so. So you just honestly put the paste down and you take the squeegee, and I'm using the small squeegee, and you just pull it across. The excess paste can go right back into the jar. And honestly, I think this would make an adorable kid's shirt. And sometimes you do have to work a little fast. The paste will dry out. So with the pumpkin, we're going to just do all of that in yellow or orange tonight. So see, the orange goes a lot smoother, pretty sure my black isn't as thin as what I should have had it. We'll see what it looks like when we take it off. And then, like I said, scrape off the excess, put it back in your jar. Okay, so now we're done with this one. Remember, you want to take it from the center and pull. Okay, so fail number one. It should not, I mean, it's still cute, and I can go in and I can fix it, hopefully, that I just smudged. But if you can see, if I hold it up close enough, you can see where it leaked between. That's because my paste is too thick. So other than that, it is a really cute little design. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and we are going to work on my black paste for a few minutes. I put quite a bit of water in here. And honestly, it's supposed to be creamy, consistency of yogurt. But for some reason, this one is not. And honestly, I probably should just suck it up and send it back. So we will try it. So do I have, so what if I had anything in here that I could try it on real quick? Oh well. So I think from now on, if we're going to use the black, I'm going to use our black shimmer paste. It's not going to be as black, but it's going to have some sparkle. So that is my fault that I didn't check that out before. So let me close this one. I'll have to send this one back. And you guys, Chalk Couture is very, very good about replacing anything that is not up to standard. So while I'm waiting, and I have another board here I can use, let's go ahead and clean this one. Again, I'm just going to spray some water on the front. And you know what? We're going to take our board eraser. I'll show you exactly how this will work. Okay. And then you take a wipe or a towel, whichever you have handy, and I just happen to have, I was able to find a couple of these containers of Clorox wipes. As you notice, the yellow or the orange comes off fairly easy. The black, and it's normal for the darker colors to actually stay in the transfer, so it's no big deal. I just want to make sure that we get it all off. Okay, I'll wipe this part off again. Let me pull it up, clean off this. And then I always turn it over because you can see the black on the canvas. And maybe it's because I didn't wax the canvas, so we will wax the next one. I will just need to grab a rag to wax. But they're, honestly, the transfers are simple, they're easy to clean. And then I'll just take my, I'll wipe that off, my fuzzing cloth. I'll turn it to, this is the terry cloth side, the microfiber side, and I'll just put it in here and dry it. So now I can reuse this one over again. Oh, and look, I fell. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I would honestly love to say this is my camera guy's fault, but it's not. I don't know. I hope, okay, sorry about that, guys. I think I figured it out. I got a new phone. And apparently the way I had it positioned in my holder, it was a little top heavy. So I do apologize for that, and we can continue here. Should be able to do it that way. So I think instead of, oh, let me grab, I should have done that when I had paused it. I just grabbed a rag. I like to stain a lot of my boards, so I go to Menards and get, what are they, like painting rags that come in a bag. So, and what I usually do is I will tear one in half, and I'll use one to put the wax on and one to take the wax off. So let's see if this makes a difference. So this is our surface wax. You can get this right through my website. And it doesn't take a whole lot. It's a smaller surface, so what you do, if you can keep away from the other transfer, like I said, I repel everything. So for me to go live and have something happen is, for me, is pretty normal, guys. So one of the reasons why I normally don't like going live. But like I had said last night, my sponsor, Sarah Paige Gruber, bless her heart, love her to death, she challenged us to go live for the next 5 evenings in a row. 5 nights in a row. 5 days in a row. Nights in a row, evenings in a row. So I took that challenge and am going to try this. Okay. So we have it waxed. I'm not going to refuzz this. We're going to see how well it works. Okay. That should be about even. And again, I'm going to take my small squeegee and just go through. And honestly, guys, I'm pretty sure I can maybe tell a difference. So let's do the, yeah, I'm going to put just a couple more squirts in my orange. And honestly, having it underneath the lights, if I can ever talk, will kind of help dry it out too. So that's why I put a couple extra squirts of water in there. I'll just let it set for a second. But I don't know about you guys, but I find that when I am very stressed, if I come into my craft room, even if I don't complete a project, I feel so much better. And I think it's just because, for me anyway, this is very relaxing and something that I enjoy. And even if the project doesn't turn out right, like the first one I did here, that's okay, because I'm doing something that I enjoy and that I like, and it relieves the stress for me. Okay, so we're going to start back with the orange. Clear it off. Okay, so we got the orange. This is the shimmer black. And I wanted to kind of stay away from the shimmer black tonight, but because we used it last night. And the shimmers usually are pretty good. They don't really get too, I haven't noticed anyway. And see the difference of how easy this just goes on compared to the black. So I'll have to send it back. Was hoping not to, because I don't have any more blacks, so, but I was going to try and convince my hubby that I need to place an order, and maybe, just maybe, the black being the way it is, maybe it'll be enough to convince him that I need to spend more money on crafts. And honestly, you guys, I just realized that Hobby Lobby's hiring, and they don't pay that bad. And if I could get a second job and manage it along with this and my full-time job, I would do it in a heartbeat because of the money that I spend while I'm there. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe this off. Okay, again, I'm just going to pull from the center Okay, this one worked a lot better. Still, there is a little bit that came off, but I can fix that. It shouldn't be a problem. Hey, pumpkin. Looks a lot better. Let's try the other ones. Let's see. Where can I... I'm just going to set this one off to the side. This is honestly probably one of my first time using canvas. So, see, we did Hey Pumpkin. Let's do Trick or Treat. And again, we're going to take our rag. We're going to get some wax. And you just, honestly, wax on, wax off. And what the wax does, especially for the canvases, is it fills in some of the gaps. So, and sometimes if you don't get the perfect seal, it will bleed. So hopefully, maybe by the end of tonight, I can get these. If not, I have another idea. Actually, let's just do that. We'll scratch the whole canvas, the canvas thing. I have 4 of these, so you'll only be able to do 4 transfers tonight instead of the 6, but that's okay. I use the other ones for something else. A while back, oh gosh, it must have been a couple years ago. I got into making Scrabble tiles. So I had my poor husband outside in his, what he calls his workshop. The man, I swear, has probably every tool and any tool you've ever thought of. And I had him cut me a ton of these little blocks. Just like this. And I stained them. Like I said, that was about 2 years ago. So, we'll go ahead and use these tonight. But I wanted to real quick wash this transfer. And 3rd time is a charm. Anybody else agree with me on that? 3rd time's a charm. And again, I'm just going to put down on my self-healing mat. This I purchased from chalkology. And I love it. I'll sit there for a second. It gives me the inches here on the bottom. It's quite easy to line things up with. So I'm going to just first wipe this off. Try and get some of that glitter. And then we'll use some more water. And again, I think I mentioned this last night, but I'll mention it again tonight. You want to make sure that if you are adding water to your chalk, that you are using distilled water. If you don't use distilled water and you use just regular tap water, because of the additives that are put in there, you are taking a chance of your paste molding. I've had it happen once or twice, and that was just because I was out of distilled water, and I was in a pinch, and I had to use the tap water. So let's finish cleaning. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we're just going to clean it to use it again. So maybe these. This here. We'll put it back in our fuzzing cloth. And then I'll dry it. Okay. And the fuzzing cloths you can also get in or off my website. These are handy. They're not real expensive. I believe they're under $10. I love mine. I actually have 2. And it feels pretty sticky on the back, so I'm not going to do anything with that. So let's take, we'll have to change gears on my project, so I'm not going to be able to do what I wanted to do. But we can make cute little shelf setters with these. Again, you just try and get it even, straight, centered. And then, see, and I can already tell the difference. And these pieces of wood I have not waxed those. It is recommended that you do wax. I just didn't want to take the time tonight to do that. My paste still looks pretty good. So let's do the orange. Like I said, 3 times the charm. Anyone agree with that? Excess goes right back into the jar. Now, if I wanted to just do the pumpkin, nothing else, and if you were afraid of hitting some of the other letters, you can always use placement tape, which looks like this. You can get it right on the website, and you can actually put the tape over to help guide your lines. Okay, but we're going to be doing the whole thing, so we're good here. I'll take a little bit more of the black. This is what I originally was going to do, was just these cute little boards, and then I thought if we could use the canvases, which was one of the purchases I made today. So I'll have to figure out how I can use those properly. And like I said, thing with these transfers is that they are reusable. If you use it correctly, 8 to 10 times, you can use a transfer. I know I've heard other designers say they've used their transfer a lot more than 8 to 10 times. And then there's a trick also. If the stickiness goes out and it just won't stick anymore, there's a thing on Amazon called Pixie Spray, and it works wonders. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so again, I probably should have fuzzed because it's pretty hard coming off. And then as soon as you're done with the project, I would go and wash your transfers. For the meantime, I'm just going to put it on my sheet, carrying sheet, so I know where it's at. Okay. Now, 3rd time was a charm. How cute is that? And all you need to do is, it has a little shimmer on this side, is set this on your, like on a shelf, or if you have a mantle, it would just be cute as a pumpkin. Okay, so we did this one. We'll set this aside. Let's try, should we do trick or treat? And so for trick or treat, we're going to use the same 2 colors, and then we're going to add in the yellow. It's the bumblebee. So hopefully you guys are still watching. I have it up on my Facebook, and it says it's having problems. Let me see. Here it is again. If not, it will be on Facebook, so you can watch the replay, and then it will also be uploaded to YouTube later. I do have a YouTube channel as well. It's Colorful Chalk Creations. So at any time, go ahead and jump on over to YouTube and subscribe. Okay, so we're going to fuzz this one. We're going to do trick or treat. We're going to do the trick. You know, because we are using the stain board, I wonder. Let me set this right here. Let's also use the shimmer white. So we're going to do trick. We will do trick and treat in black, or in the shimmer frost, which is a gorgeous white. And then we'll also use the white for the top portion of the candy corn, and then we'll do yellow and orange. So I needed the white anyway. So again, just put it down, run your hands across it, peel it back up. And I usually will do this just a few times. I've really never had an issue with the wood. Now I'm gonna have to sit here and practice with canvas because now I'm intrigued of why I can't get it to work. Put this aside. Pull. And then again, just try and get it as center as possible. That looks like it should be pretty close. And actually, I can use these, and some of the reasons why I wanted to do it this way tonight, I'm going to be doing a series, a 3-tray series for Halloween. So I can actually use some of these for that. Again, just run. I have my squeegee, just running it across. What I was saying before is if you have a vinyl cutter like the Cricut or a Silhouette, when you find your design like this trick or treat, you cut it out and then you have to weed it. So I would have to go through and weed the vinyl off like the T and the R. And sometimes that can be very frustrating, especially if you pull too hard and the rest of the vinyl rips. Then you're either taking a chance or you have to repeat it. This way, using one of these transfers, it's simple, easy. You really don't have to worry about a whole lot as long as it's secure to your board. So what I was thinking about, and it probably wouldn't be until the first part of September. For those of you that would be interested, and if you are, by all means, please put a comment in the comment section below. I'm thinking about doing some either an online class through like Zoom or in-person workshop, something on those lines. And I'm almost out of my yellow, guys, so just bear with me here. Something on that lines to make these. Whether I can get the product through Chalkology, I know right now we now finally have felt the impact of the coronavirus and are just now, after what, 5 months into the pandemic, experiencing a little bit of shipping delays, a hard time to get certain products. But we do have a 5x5 frame that I'm hoping will be back in stock and we can use for a workshop or a Zoom meeting where all of you guys can have fun and do this too. What I'll end up doing with that is I will create an event, and it'll probably come from my personal page. So you guys will be aware of when that will be taking place. I want to do one with the Halloween phrases. I also want to do one with our pumpkin cutouts. Those are adorable. And you don't have to just put the pumpkin face transfer that we have. You don't have to just use those. You can use almost anything. And actually, I think that Hello Pumpkin would be adorable on our pumpkin cutouts. And then I was also thinking about, we have a gingerbread house cutout to go with our house, a gingerbread house transfer to go with our house cutouts. Then I was thinking about trying to turn the gingerbread houses into a haunted house. Halloween is probably one of my favorite all-time holidays. Just go across, make sure that's all covered. Now here is something else you can do. If you are running a little slow or behind, just pull up the transfer. Just like this, just for a second, and then you can lay it back. That way it's going to be a little bit easier for you to, you don't have to worry about the paste drying. Okay, so we were going to start off with white, and then yellow, and then orange. Okay, now hopefully this works. If not, once again, I will fix it. So you just pull the white across. When you're mixing colors like this, I normally will not save the color. I'll just wipe it off. And then we go to the yellow. And wipe it off. And then we'll finish up the orange. And sometimes if you see that your colors ran together, like my white or yellow and orange did, I'll show a different technique we can use. Just gonna grab a little yellow here to blend it to where it looks natural. Okay, so let's clean this off real quick. Okay, so what you can do is take a little bit of water on your finger so it's damp, and then just take it and rub it on here. So then we'll pull it up. Not perfect, but it's still adorable. So this is the second one, Trick or Treat. And again, you could take ribbon, and you can put ribbon around the edges and hot glue it on. You can, what else could you do? You could take a bow and put it on the side. If I had access, I have these cute little bow ties that I picked up at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. But you can put that on the side here. You can do all kinds of different types of embellishments with these. So I'm going to set this one aside. Let's just do one more. Or we can do two more. So I have 4 of these. Let's do Boo. And this one is going to be very simple. I'm just going to use the black and the white. Again, I'll need my fuzzing cloth. And I'm just cleaning my squeegees as I go. I have plenty of them. I just tend to sometimes leave them, and then it'll take me a little bit to get them clean. It comes right off. And then be watching, guys. You're gonna see an event posted probably the middle of September for, what is it, the 3rd weekend in October. I'm gonna have an open house. This year, with the virus and the pandemic, a lot of the craft shows are non-existent, and I believe it's the 3rd weekend in October is opening hunting season for the deer or pheasant season. So I am going to open up my apartment and do an open house. So there will be snacks, something to drink. There'll be finished products if you would like to purchase those, you could. And we'll do some make and takes. Some real quick, inexpensive things for you to do. So that way, if you don't know what Chalk Couture is, and if you're local, by all means, please watch for that, and you are more than welcome to come, try things out if you would like, and I have no problem with that. I'm still working on the details for that. Door tags. You guys, we now have door tags. They are amazing. So I'll be doing a live with those here one of these days. Currently right now they are sold out, so I'm kind of waiting for them to come back in stock. That way if you guys see it and you like it, you'll be able to go get it. Okay, that looks about it. Again, I'm going to take my squeegee. Okay, over here you can tell that there is an air bubble. You need to get that out, otherwise it's not going to be sealed. So once I get out with that, I'm going to just run my hands over it again, just to make sure. And then be watching. I believe it is September 15th. Don't quote me on that yet. Is we'll be launching our mini holiday suite catalog. So that's going to have maybe a few more Halloween transfers in it, but it's also going to have more Christmas transfers. So watch for that, and I'll update on this page as well, just to remind you guys. I'm excited. I'm hoping there's a couple that I would love to come back from last year. So we'll have to see if they do or not. I need just a little bit up here and here. And for that, you guys, I'm going to use my multi-tool because it's smaller and I can get the edge without worrying about getting on the other lines. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this and try and get the excess off. And again, so this board I should have made the comment about. If you are at all like me sometimes and you're worried about going off the edge of the transfer because you can see some of the board, the placement tape is amazing for that. Like I said, I love having nails, but sometimes you just can't do a darn thing with them. So what I would do is I would just take this placement tape just like this. That way, if I happen to go off, it's on the placement tape, not on the surface. Chances are I can get it off the surface. I've done it before when I've used wood, but I also wax that first. And this I did not wax. So, get another squeegee. Pull it across. I know I had mentioned before that I was hoping to do the, what do I call it, the watercolor technique. And basically what I can tell you a little bit about that real quick. Basically what that is it's just you take the paste and you water it down and it turns into a watercolor. And then you can go back in the lines and paint those back in. Okay, so pull from the center, pull straight down, put it on the backer here. And I'll set this off to the side. And then here we go. Boo. I think we will do one more. And I think we're going to do the eek with the spider. Okay, again, you just get your surface, make sure it's clean. Set it off to the side. I'm going to clean up my mess here real quick before it gets onto anything else. So if you guys ever have any questions at all, by all means, please put them in the comments below. And I'll answer them as soon as I can. Also, you can PM me. I have no problem helping you out in any shape or way. Even if, like I said, you're new to chocolatory, you don't really know much about it, you want to see, you actually want to do it before you purchase anything, get a hold of me. The apartment is just basically me. My husband comes up here once in a while. All of our pets are downstairs. So I'm actually redoing the living room because what I want to do is be able to do everything out of the apartment that I can. We have I have to show you sometime. There's it's a very small 2-bedroom apartment. So when you walk in the front door, you walk right into the living room, and then there's a small kitchen. There's a bathroom, and then 2 bedrooms. So there really isn't a spot for the refrigerators. So what we did, or the people that we bought the house from, what they had did is when you walk from the living room to the kitchen, if you look off to your right, there's a little tiny hallway, and then there's a door that goes into the main part of the house, and that goes into a very large bedroom. And right now that very large bedroom is it's a storage room. We just, odds and ends things go in there. What I'm hoping that I can talk my sweet, lovable husband into, and if he's watching, honey, I love you. Please, can we clean out that room? Because what I would like to do is open that back up so then when you walk in the apartment, you have the living room, you have the kitchen, and then you can go through that little hallway into a bigger craft area. And that way I could keep tables set up, and that's where I could do my make and takes. And then also in the wintertime, if I didn't want to have to get out in the cold and shovel off all 25 steps, I think it is, to get to the apartment, and then shovel off the deck, I could just go from my living room to the kitchen, upstairs, into the main craft room. So that is my hopes, that is my goal, that is my dream. So we'll see if that ever happens. I think this should be enough. So any of you that know my husband, put a little tiny, just whisper it to him, say, hey, she deserves this. And see what he says. Okay. Now this one, I should be okay as far as not going off on the wood. But when I cut it, I did cut it a little short on this side, which is no big deal. So I'm just going to take a little piece of this placement tape, and I'm just going to cover that. Okay, what I had thought about doing, and yes, Rachel, this would be for you. When I made this sign, I was honestly thinking about taking a piece of, now I can't remember what it's called. Like this, piece of jute. And putting it down here and tying it to a spider. Which, let me find my spider. Let me see. Thought I had them in here. Maybe I don't. Could have swore I just had them in here, maybe. Did I stick them back here? Okay, maybe I don't have them in here. Hold on just a sec. Well, that's kind of the... Well, now I'm kind of bummed. Because I can't... Oh, you know what? They were right where I put them. So what I thought about doing is using these little spiders. Because it's the black and green, which would look really cute for the idea that I have. But using the spider, putting the spider there instead with a piece of jute up here. Or we could do something like that. You know what? I think we're going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to take my other piece of washi tape and I'm going to place it here. That way I won't get on that. Or do I want that? No, I wanted that piece. So we're just going to take the washi tape and put it down here. I'll get it right one of these days. And then we'll take another little piece. I can't judge. We'll put it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because I don't want this to interfere with the K, is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim a piece of that off so that I don't have to worry. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the black shimmer. So I'll move these ones out of the way a little bit. And our olive green shimmer, which should match our spider fairly well. And then we're going to take, and I'm going to come down to probably about the K across with the green. Then we're going to take the black down here and for this. And I know if a certain someone is watching right now, I'm probably getting yelled at. They are definitely afraid of spiders, and believe me, this I will be bringing to work with me Monday so she can see it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the green and pull it down. It's right about there. I'm going to go across. I'm going to take my other squeegee and we're going to do the black. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm going to come down here. Just like so. And then I want to take a little bit more of the green. Oh. And I'm going to do that. Not what I wanted, but oh well. So I'm going to wet my finger and I'm just going to kind of go like this. And I'm hoping that will give it a blending effect. So when I pull this off, hopefully you don't see the black there too much. It blended. Not bad. Not bad. I've never blended with the shimmer paste before, so first time for everything. Now, if you find that you're having some issues where it didn't take in certain areas, you can take some of the paste. I'm going to just put a little bit, because it's just the green, in my dish here. I can always take it back out. I'm just going to add a tad bit of water. And I'm going to stir it. So remember when we were talking about the watercolor effect? Okay, this is kind of the same thing. It's just I'm not going to wet it down too much. Okay. So now I should be able to take my paintbrush and just come back in and fill in that little gap. Okay. These are brand new, so they better not be losing bristles. I thought I would like the longer handles, but I'm not so sure if I like that or not. Maybe I'll just stick with my smaller ones. Okay. And then with the rest of this, you can just take the stir stick and put it back in. So you're not really wasting it. You can just scoop it right back in the container and reuse it. Okay, so now my spider, I'm going to put right like that. And I've had my glue gun plugged in for a while now, so it's nice and hot. I'm just going to take and put just a little dab. Okay, that's more than a little. Just a little dab. Okay. Turn it around. I want to set it right the first time because I'm not going to be able to move it. Okay. And I, by the way, love my cordless hot glue gun. This thing gets really, really hot though. And I don't hardly use it anymore. So we'll turn that off. Okay, so that, and if you need to add more glue, you can go back and add it. I turned it off, but it's still very, very hot. It's been on for the last probably couple hours. Can come in here and just put a little dab and then hold it. Normally when I use glue, I like to use a couple different kinds. I like to use the hot glue because it'll set right away, but hot glue doesn't always last. So I either will use the E6000. I think it's the E6000 glue, along with the hot glue, or I have some of this clear Gorilla Glue. So I'll usually use both just to be on the safe side. And then when this is all done, I'll go back through and cut off the excess glue that I don't need. And it's so stringy. Okay, so this is our finished project of this one. I can get the glue off my hands. Okay, eek. I think that is like one of my favorites. Yeah, I got a little bit of the black in there. Let me grab another one. Let's see if we can maybe take some of the green, maybe go over it. There's, honestly guys, this stuff is very easy and forgiving to work with. I probably actually could have, there we go. So I fixed it. So now I can barely see the black. I think that is like the cutest. The green that goes into the black. And then you have your, I'm gonna take a little of the black. There's a spot right here. Okay. This is very, very neat, and I really, really like that. Okay, so tonight we did this one. So we're gonna set them up. Trick or treat. And we did the Hey Pumpkin. So I will set these up and I will take pictures of those, and I will also post them on this page. That's what the finished product looks like. I'll go through and clean this up. Maybe add a couple bows here or there. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave them the way they are. So if you guys have any questions, by all means, go ahead and comment below. If you know anyone who likes to craft, and if you think they would like my business page, by all means, let them know. Give them the link. Have them follow me. And we'll be good to go. Tomorrow night, probably around 9 o'clock, I do have my weekly meeting at 8. So hopefully it won't go longer than an hour. If it does, I will be live shortly after that. So now if you guys throughout this video were like, hey, you know what? I think I might like to do that. Or, hey, I want to do that. What she's doing looks like so much fun. Let me know. I am always, always, always looking for others to work with. And Chalkology is a fantastic company to work for and be a part of. The organization is amazing. We have different incentive trips that you can earn. I know right now the incentive trip for next that they're working on earning right now is up the end of the month. But you guys, they're going to Fiji. A lot of people that I know on my team, not my personal team, but in my upline, are going to Fiji. Who wouldn't want to go to Fiji? So if this is something that you think that you might be interested in and you want to try it out, you know, start your own business, let me know. And just word of advice, when you go to put a lid on, make sure you put the correct lid on. I put my white shimmer or my shimmer frost, looks like snow, on my yellow. So I'll have to go in there and clean that up before I put it on. So by all means, guys, any questions at all, just go ahead and ask. And make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Bye.